Hey my sugar bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, J. Nicole. It's where I say stay bougie on me. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the commentary where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo?
Hey y'all, it's your girl J. Nicole, and you are tuned in to the Bougie AF channel where I say stay bougie on them. I'm serving you feminism for the soul. Don't forget to check me out on them people's Instagram at OG_Bougie AF. I'm also on the X, formerly known as Twitter, as I'm_Bougie_AF. So let's get into it. Okay, so y'all know we usually do our Instagram scroll, but I got a few stories on the Twitter that I do want to talk about. I don't know, it is in the headlines today. Cam Newton got jumped. So at his tournament that he was doing in terms of giving back to the hood. So I want to take a look at that, and then I also want to listen to Uncle Shannon Sharp, and Chad Hojosinko talk about it. So let's get into that. And don't forget to check me out. Like y'all see, this is the page. So when you see me, holla at your girl. Holla at your girl. All right, so here we go. All right, so the first off, we're going to show the fight first, okay? So it's not that long. Here you go. You see it on the screen. All right, so if you don't know, so that is Cam Newton. He is an ex-NFL player, very accomplished, very respectable guy. A lot of people like him, watch his podcast. He's transitioned to doing podcasts now. So, but he also tries to get back to the hood. So this is his football league. Oh, it's not a football league, but I think it's like a training camp or something that he hosts, and tries to have the young boys come out and try to get back, like really try to fuck with the kids. So it says here, and this is on the Art of Dialogue, it says better camera angle of the beginning of the fight when TSP crew tried to jump Cam Newton by blindsiding him with a punch. I know one damn thing. I don't know who this motherfucking staff was, but they need to be fired. That staff didn't bust a move. That staff was like acting like they were confused. Protect the money. Protect the person paying y'all. Like, damn. I don't think Cam Newton thought he should have brought his own people, his own crew, because the way that staff moved in, and the police officer was even moving a little too gingerly for my liking, okay? But Cam Newton was not hurt, and I'm happy about that. But let's see what Unc and Shannon Sharp and Chad Hojosinko have to say about it. There's a lot of foolery out here. I mean, on my page right now, you see Sexy Red says, "I ain't got to rap." I didn't know you. I didn't know you rapped. When did you start? Like, I mean, is that what you call what you do? Okay. You just gotta let people in there 15 minutes pass you by, and that's how I feel about her and the call her Chlamydia Red and the Raggedy Ann Ice Doll. All right, so where's it at? Okay, so once again, this is Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco talking about what just happened. Allegedly, the guys, after they tried to jump Cam Newton, I don't think that's the guys, because that looks like an old-ass nigga. Something with Charleston White happened today. I might throw that in there in a second, but here we go.
Peyton and Eli been having a camp for 20-something years. You ain't never seen no kids be disrespectful to Peyton and Eli. You know what? I tell you what you've never seen. Peyton and Eli been having a camp for 20-something years. You ain't never seen no kids be disrespectful to Peyton and Eli. No. Tell me the footage. Tell me the footage that you've seen out there. Show it to me. Mm-hmm. What Peyton or Eli asked these kids, or the Drew Brees, because a lot of times they take up a lot of these pro quarterbacks and sometimes upper level college quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Show me the footage. It's us because we think it's cute. Hey, man, I went out there. Man, I told Cal to shut up. I told him he was trash. I told him he was garbage. Y'all think that's cute. It's not. It's not. And you wonder why. I don't. I've been stopped wondering.
Right.
I ain't wondering.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's really embarrassing that somebody take time out of their day, out of their schedule, out of their life, and try to give back. And you disrespectful, ungrateful, Man, Cam, like I told you, Cam way better than me.
Yeah.
Cause I don't have patience for my own kids to be disrespectful. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let somebody else's kid disrespect me. And I'm taking time out of those are my blood.
Right.
I got an obligation when they're coming up, but I had an obligation to tell them what's right and wrong.
Right.
And it's always gonna be yes sir, no sir. Mm-hmm. My kids to this day, somebody older than them is yes sir, is no sir. It's yes ma'am, no ma'am.
Right. And knowing
my kids, hey Ocho, my kids, they might curse. Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm still dead. Now I know you grown, but be careful now. Hey, SOB, don't be letting SOBs and mofos coming out your mouth all kind of high now.
Yeah, my kids curse. I know they curse. Obviously, they all goddamn grown, but they have yet to curse in front of me. They have yet to curse in front of me. But the thing again, and knowing Cam like I know Cam, despite the incident today, despite the disrespect from whatever team he had an issue with, he's still going to put it on. He's still going to continue to have those camps to allow those kids to showcase their talents and be seen, to work on their craft, to get better. Just knowing Cam like I do, he's not going to allow this to bother him.
Ocho.
I love Shannon Sharp because Shannon Sharp is. I like that he does not get on the internet and tries to present himself in a way that is like unrealistic, right? Like when he wanted to get at John Morant, I fuck you and your daddy up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've always known Shannon Sharp to be like, you know, I'm on that Kanye, like keeping it real, like real true to who he is, right? So he's not going to sit up here and tell you that he's going to let these kids disrespect him like that and just take it on the chin and keep on moving. Now, I believe Chad when he says that Cam is not going to sweat this. He's not going to let it get to him, because even his response during that whole situation was really calm, collective, and together. I don't think necessarily I seen him throwing blows, which is really good because, you know, niggas would try to sue you and shit. But he seems like he got like a zen personality, like, you know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. But I just love how Shannon's like, ain't no motherfucking way. These disrespectful, ungrateful ass kids, something that I have been saying for the past 3 to 4 years. And that's why it is like sometimes fuck them kids, right? Like fuck them kids, fuck these parents who are raising these kids that is not teaching them anything about respect. I was like 30 years old before I think I swore in front of my mother. 30 years old. Like, I was like 30 years. So in terms of like how I speak and carry myself around adults and people in her age group, it's not the same way I'm going to show up around people in my age group. But I don't think that, why does that have to be said? Right? But that's what's lost nowadays with some of these kids. They tend to think that they can behave, talk, carry themselves, and all that other shit the way they are with their friends, with older adults. And then when you start to have conversations and you start talking about code switching, and I just recently, this is amazing for me, but I just recently had this conversation with this white girl, and I thought she was like really super dope and interesting. She was a tattoo artist, and she had tattoos on her and all this other stuff, and she worked in a tattoo shop. But when I met her, it was like at this party, and she was giving tattoos at a party. Well, not giving, but you know, you could go up to her, get a tattoo, pay her, and all this other stuff. But she was dressed really sexy like, and she looked good. And so she was like, yeah, I can't bring this to work. I can't dress like this at work. Because, you know, they're not going to accept me, and there'll be comments made. There'll be things, or they'll feel as if though I'm getting attention or people want to come to me because of how I look. So she said, so yeah, I'm not like this at work. I said, so do you think that's like a form of code? Like, you know what I mean? Code switching or stuff like that you have to be a different way at work than you are like regularly in your normal life. She was like, yeah, but she was like, I don't want to have to deal with that. I said, that's so interesting you feel that way, because I feel that in general, like, it's not a black and white thing in terms of code switching for me. Like, I don't necessarily because I think for me, when I see how these kids don't code switch, when I see how these kids don't show up as respectful in all those other things, or not embarrassed to be disrespectful or to be like loud or speak in a certain way in front of older adults, that's a part of code switching. There's a reason why I make mention of like going to restaurants or going to fast food joints and your kids don't have no manners. Hi, how are you? How can I help you? That's your job to say that. right? Like all of that matters because when you go to work, you become professional. You jump into that. Right, so I may speak a particular way, even on these videos, or even around girlfriends and friends and stuff like that, and people in my age group. But that's just not that's not who shows up at work. I've never raised my voice at work, right? I've never cursed anybody out at work because I know how to speak, right? And I know how to use words. I know how to actually write really, 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 really well. So it's like, it's kind of weird that people think that they can be the same. I'm the same way all everywhere I go. No, you're not. And if you are, what are you, a CNA? Like, let's keep it 100. What type of job are you in for you to feel that you are going to work and being the same person you are in your everyday life? Like, what's that about? Are you working at Marshall's, Macy's? Like help me understand, because that's just not realistic, and it's not a thing, right? So I thought that was super interesting, but let's see what the comments have to say. And we are actually done with the video after that. So let's see.
I show, you know what? I tell you what you've never seen.
Ooh, Unc would have beat their asses. I promise you, he seemed like he would have went and got a belt and beat those little kids' asses. And I would not have been mad at him at all. At all. All right, so here we go. Let's get into these comments. Y'all know I love comment sections, y'all. I just like knowing what the people saying. I like to know if I'm off or if I'm right on target with what everybody else is saying. And that's enough for me to feel like, okay, you on point. You and the people is locked in. Y'all seeing it the same way. And a lot of times they are. Like, what is going on? My service is janky today. All right, so this person says, and they wonder why Black athletes never give back to the community once they make it. Listen, I'm going to be completely honest. I want to get to the place where, I am the next Wendy Williams. I'm claiming it. I'm saying it. If y'all feeling some sort of way, just it is what it is, okay? But I want to get to the point. I don't know necessarily. I have participated and volunteered my time in terms of like being a part of the NAACP. I really am into doing community work. Like, I don't mind that, right? Like I grew up, and in my town, you literally had to do community service to graduate. So giving back and donating my time is not something that bothers me. Something that I actually like. I've done, go and volunteer at like homeless shelters and stuff like that, and feeding people. So like, that's something that like I really enjoy. But I will say, after my last few experiences, like working or volunteering with the NAACP, and another experience I had with like an online radio show, that necessarily I want to get to that place I can write a check. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. Ain't nobody got time to be getting jumped on by disrespectful ass kids, and they probably gonna call their mama and their aunties, and they gonna try to come fight me too. So I'm like, I'm not I'm not doing it. I've had friends that have been teachers in these high schools, and they say the same thing. Like, yo, it's worse talking to the parents sometimes, because you call, you think you're going to get some support. The motherfucking parents be on the phone like, what you do to that? Coming up to schools and stuff. There's a story that recently just happened. Well, not happened recently. I don't know when it happened, but there was a story I was looking at on TikTok, and it was about this girl. She got in trouble. She was not where she was supposed to be in school, and so the teachers were going to suspend her or something. She just got in trouble. So she tells the teacher, okay, I got you. I'm calling my mother. I'm telling my mother, whatever. So she went home, told her mother, blah, blah, blah. The next day, the mother and her grandmother came up to the school, and this is in them people's Buffalo, New York, right? And so the grandmother was met at the door by, I think, the principal or somebody like that. But the mother was a hothead. She was like 5'2" or something like that. And so she fits in and looks like she's one of the students. So I guess she had a sweater on and she had the hood up. So she know what the fuck she was doing. So the mother was able to walk on past like she was one of the students. Went to that teacher's classroom and got to commencing and beating that teacher's ass. Y'all really think these people want to continue to teach our children? Like, what? Okay, so when I tell you the lack of like structure and support that these teachers are getting from parents. It's not there. It's not there. I recently even read a story that it went viral, made the news in my state, in Brockton, Massachusetts, and I'm watching the teachers, talk about how one teacher talked about how he got a broken arm breaking up a fight, how he's calling the police, calling for security, they not coming, like it's crazy. One lady says she has PTSD, she can't even walk down a certain hallway because a fight was happening and she seen it, so she was trying to make her way to the fight, but so was the other students with their cameras, and they knocked her down and trampled her, and so now she all fucked up in the head, and they both were just like, listen, I don't think y'all understand when June come, you might have a mass exiting of teachers. Ain't nobody got time for this. And it's the God's honest truth. These people got college degrees. They can, probably got, other, I'm going to be completely honest. They probably got some friends, uncles, and siblings at these tech companies or all these other companies that can get them these good jobs and shit. They gonna stop fucking with y'all kids is what I'm trying to tell you. Right? And me personally, it seems like it's heading that way. It just really does. So, y'all better learn this new math or whatever the fuck they teaching. Cause get ready. All right. So what is this? Let's see. That's the second or third time we have seen Cam get disrespected at these camps. He needs to just let it go and worry about his own kids. Okay. Or maybe pay people who are better able to deal with it, because people may feel because he has a name, they want to try him, right? They may feel like, oh, they want to have that rep. They want to be on Instagram Live. Fuck that nigga. He didn't even want it. He didn't even like that. People be doing shit for clout, right? So they'll test somebody who they feel that is established, well known, and that can get them there. These smart tricks are, I don't know what the fuck that's about. I believe they was paid to do it. It seems to be a setup. I don't but set up for what? That staff. Look at that. Look at that staff. That staff is janky. It's like we were just hired for the day. We weren't hired to be out here fighting nobody. Now, when I do security, or I always said if I was a police officer, I probably would have gotten fired because. Shots fired and you're right in the area. Why am I the last one to arrive? This person said that part. It's media like Shannon. What? It's media people like Shannon that allowed open season on Cam, discrediting his accolades when he gives an opinion on the game he played at a high level on entry level. Okay, no, I don't believe that because people have critiqued Cam Newton that's the reason why these little ignorant ass niggas, little boys did this to him. So I don't know. That's garbage. I'm gonna keep it 100. When you an adult and you dress like a 20-something to fit in, they're gonna treat you like a fellow kid, beef and all. On top of that, kids see that hat and they clown on instinct. I do agree, but I don't necessarily think that's his problem, right? I can most definitely see how a kid could think, oh, we're equals or whatever. Who are you? You ain't nobody. But I think that's most teenagers feel that about people who are older than them. Coaches and parents need to teach those kids better. It's wild how the parents and coaches allow kids to disrespect that man. And he's not my favorite personality, but I respect him as a man for being out there. He doesn't have to be. This is what we do to our own. It's sad as fuck. It just is what it is. It's sad as fuck. It's because they broke up the families. Don't respect the men, and you get this. Who broke up the families? I hate that talking point. It annoys the fuck out of me. It really annoys me. How they know Cam ain't do no weird shit? Okay. No fathers in the home. Brock Purity sent that hit squad, but they were only system thugs. Ha ha ha. I guess there's some beef with some Brock Purdy. I don't know who that is. Them wasn't kids. Them was grown men. Cam just made them look like kids. All the past footage of Cam at these camps show he's buddy with them. All community-minded black men will eventually get their wake-up call. When I tell you, I'm me in the comments. Like me in the comments, we are locked in. until, you know, the channel grow. I see I'm most definitely on point, because at the end of the day, all community minded black men will eventually get their wake up call. Niggas pushing community trying to fuck you up. It wasn't kids, it was adults. Oh, okay. Why he always yelling at Hocho? That's just how that country ass nigga talk. Who are you, Shady Spears? Shady Spears, go find you. Like, why are you here? Go be with your people. And he's correct, for real, for real. All right, y'all, that's all I got on this. I thought it was interesting. It's being talked about, so I wanted to bring it to you. Y'all know how we do it here. We keep it bougie SF. We keep it posh SF. We keep being black SF. We keep being blessed SF. And kiss, 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 kiss. And don't you forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I am out. Bye. I kind of messed up on the outro a little bit, but bye.